Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So, interesting enough, it looks like the Buffalo Bills are going to be releasing O.J. Howard, which is very interesting. They did try to trade him, and they couldn't get anything done. Most teams in this period now, with the cuts going on, they're just waiting for teams to release certain players so they can go after them, so they won't have to give up any draft capital. Now, O.J. Howard obviously signed in March with the Buffalo Bills to a one-year deal. And then really beginning of the summer when it came to training camp and stuff like that, he was already losing summer reps to Quentin Morris and Tommy Sweeney. Scored a touchdown, I think, in the second preseason game against Denver from what I read. And that was pretty much it. It seems like he's just been moving down the depth chart. So with getting the Eagles maybe going after another tight end, which is definitely needed here because, I think the Eagles are keeping 3 tight ends. But behind Dallas Goedert, what do we really have right now? Okay, I have Jack Stahl making the roster, and I have Calcaterra making the roster because I thought that the Eagles really liked him in that last preseason game that we had. Jack Stahl has been not really great, in my opinion, for an all-around tight end. I mean, his blocking is 100% superb. When it comes to being reliable in the passing game, they don't really use him for that. I think they've been trying to turn him into that, and I don't know if he's going to be the guy to be, to be catching the ball. Like, how's his route running? How is his catching ability, and do they want to use him, in the passing game? And I think that's been, and it really hasn't shown me much. Blocking-wise, I have no problem with him being games, but do you want your number 2 tight end to be just a blocker? I'd rather have something a little bit better. And Calcaterra obviously was missing since July 30th, and he was dealing with a hamstring injury for so long. Then after, by the Miami Dolphins joint practice, he was a full go. He was ready to go, and he was able to play in this game, which, one overthrown pass from Reed Sinnett. And he caught a couple good balls, ran for some, first down. So I thought he had a really strong returning game in the last preseason game. But I kind of said to myself, is this enough? It seemed like Nick Sirianni did like him a lot. Tyree Jackson's on the IR, and Togiai has made a few good catches in preseason. Not that much for an eye opener to say, oh my God, he's amazing. So what are you going to do here? Do they keep what they have? Or I think we've already almost talked about acquiring another tight end. I'm not saying see what O.J. Howard has, and then you can go sign him if he does get released. I don't think it's a bad move. I think they should maybe give it a shot. I wouldn't get rid of Jack Stahl, but I would consider keeping Jack Stahl and maybe having O.J. Howard just come in and see what he could do. And if they feel like he's not panning out during the year, they could just release him if that's the case. If they don't think he's ready, if they're not going to see much out of him. Obviously, going to the Super Bowl in 2020 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and obviously signed that one-year deal with the Buffalo Bills that did not last long whatsoever. So you have size, you have speed. I don't know if there's been a lot of injuries with O.J. Howard, so you guys probably know better than I do, but I know he was beat down that depth chart by 2 other tight ends. So he's had a very rough camp so far, and it seems like he just couldn't make the cut. So it looks like they are trying to release him. They did try to trade him, and obviously teams are just waiting for players to be released because nobody is going to take a step forward and go call a team that they want a certain player and, try to give up draft compensation when everybody knows around the whole entire league that there are teams just releasing players left and right. Even, guys that have been in the league for a few years are coming off that rookie contract. So we'll see what happens with this. There's nothing really promising about it. It's just an opinion of mine of what they could do. If they want to add another body to tight end and O.J. Howard, they can get it done. With Tyree Jackson not going to be back for another, 8 to 9 weeks if they even play him this year or even want to have him touch the field, that's really up to them. I think he's more of a next year type of thing. Togiai, whatever his name is, hasn't really worked out for me. Jack Stahl, I think has been, has done enough, I guess. Not really enough in my opinion, but just enough, I guess, to really be a number 2, I guess. It just hasn't, I just want to see him more in the passing game. So it just hasn't worked out for me with some of these tight ends this year. And Goddard definitely needs some help. God knows if he's going to be out for a game or he needs a breather or something and someone needs to go in for a series or a couple plays or something. You have a guy like O.J. Howard that maybe can make a big impact with this team. So you never know. I'm not promising anything. Take this with a grain of salt, obviously. But let me know what you guys think about O.J. Howard coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. Will the Eagles have a lot of interest adding another tight end? I feel like they want to add another body there. and one that, low risk, high reward type deal for OJ Howard to see what he could do. And I don't see why not. Obviously, training camp's over, but they could see what he could do, during this time, and if they have a tight end on practice squad and they want to release Jordan, OJ Howard, and they don't think he's much of anything, they could just release him, move somebody up from practice squad to the active roster and keep him there if they can't get anybody else. But I would take a shot. I don't see why not to bring him in the building, because we definitely need help on the back end of our tight end position as of right now. So other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.